everybody, welcome back. Today I'm gonna make you guys the next book. It's called The Quest for Paradise. It's based on the first book that we read, The Kingdom of Fantasy. But this is a different story. It's Geronimo Stilton, The Quest for Paradise. It's the return to the Kingdom of Fantasy. So, this is gonna be like the second book. This is the second book. We're going to read a few of these kinds of books, and I really hope you enjoy reading it. So let's get started. Geronimo Stilton, The Quest for Paradise, The Return to the Kingdom of Fantasy. Here's what the page looks like. It's all blue, and then that page is also blue, and you have stars here. Okay. Everyone searches for paradise, but not everyone knows where to look. Geronimo Stilton, The Quest for Paradise, The Return to the Kingdom of Fantasy. Okay. The Heart Finders Club. The Dragon of the Rainbow. I am the faithful messenger of Blossom, the queen of the fairies. I like to sing and breathe fire. Not at the same time, of course. I also love to get my ears scratched. There's nothing like a good scratch. Goose blah blah. I am a nurse. I also like to talk a lot. In fact, people call me a big blabbermouth. But I don't care. Do you have a few hours? Let me tell you about when I was a gosling. Boils. I am a boil-covered chameleon. I used to work as a spy for the stinky trolls before I got the gig with Geronimo. Now I'm his guide in the Kingdom of Fantasy. Geronimo Stilton. I run the Rodents Gazette, the most famous newspaper on Mouse Island. I like to write about all my Fappa Mouse adventures, especially my adventures in the Kingdom of Fantasy. So here's Geronimo. Snow Dawn. I am the princess of the snow, daughter of the Ice King. I am always sad. I lost my family long ago, and now I do not speak. So here's Snowy Dawn. Here's Oscar Roach. I am a cockroach, and I was born in Roachville. I can cook, dance, play the violin, and tell jokes. Rocket. I am a unicorn, but I also have a pair of wonderful wings. With my magical wings, I can zoom through the sky as fast as a rocket. I am just an ordinary mouse. But I do have some extraordinary adventures. Adventures that will curl your whiskers. This story takes place in a strange and magical land called the Kingdom of Fantasy. Oh, how could I forget? I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Stilton, Geronimo Stilton. I run a newspaper, the Rodents Gazette, in a place called New City. This is the Rodents Gazette, and this is me, Geronimo Stilton. A great idea. It was a normal evening. Around dinner time, I was hurrying home from work. I couldn't wait to eat the tasty cheese casserole I had made. But just then I ran into my annoying cousin Trap. Geronimoid, he squeaked. Have I got some exciting news for you? What is it? I asked suspiciously. I'm always wary around my cousin. That's because he likes to trick me. He likes to play tricks on me. Traps. So here's Trap, his cousin. And it says now open spaghetti eating contest today. My first news flash is tonight I'm opening a restaurant, he announced. Good idea, I said, thinking just the opposite. My cousin is an awful cook. My second news flash is there will be a show for the grand opening. A very special mouse will attempt to beat the world record for stuffing your face by eating more than 100 plates of spaghetti, he continued. Yum. Great idea, I said, thinking just the opposite. What kind of nut would stuff his face like that? And my third news flash is the rodent who will try to break the record is you. Great idea, I said without thinking. Then it hit me. Bad idea, I thought. But it was too late to say it out loud. I had already fainted. When I came to, Trap was busy combing my fur. No need to thank me, cuz, he said. I know you want to look good for the cameras. Cameras, I stammered. My cousin grinned. Of course, Jerrykins. Thanks to me, thousands, no, millions, no, billions of mice all over the world will see you. I invited all the journalists and all the photographers and all the television reporters on Mouse Island. They were very interested. Everyone wants to see you make a pig of yourself, he smirked. I felt sick and I hadn't even taken one nibble of spaghetti. Oh, how did I get into such a mess? But Trap, you know I have a weak stomach, I whined. I'll never be able to do it. My cousin rolled his eyes. Oh, don't be such a wimp, he scoffed. You love spaghetti, and my restaurant needs the publicity. You have to do it. I chewed my paw nails. I was about to scamper away when someone grabbed my tail. When I looked up, 2 violet-colored eyes were staring back at me. They belonged to my sister, Thea. What? Geronimo will beat the world record for stuffing your face. Really? The Stilton family. Thea Stilton, Geronimo's sister. Special correspondent for the Rodents Gazette. She flies her own airplane, rides a motorcycle, and loves adventures. Trap Stilton, Geronimo's cousin. His dream is to open a restaurant. He tells awful jokes and loves to play pranks, especially on Geronimo. Benjamin Stilton, Geronimo's nephew. He's super sweet. When he gets older, he wants to be a journalist. Just like his uncle, Geronimo. What's up, little brother? Uncle! You know why he's calling him uncle? So this is his sister. So this is his sister's son, and when you're brothers with somebody, so this is his nephew. What's up, little brother? Are you about to scamper? He asked. I groaned. I was like a mouse caught in a maze. Then I felt a paw tugging at my sleeve. Uncle, are you really going to beat the world record for stuffing your face? That's so awesome, my nephew squeaked. I sighed. That did it. I told Trap to start his stopwatch. You see, I can never say no to my dear nephew Benjamin. Trap bought me my first plate of spaghetti. You have 1 hour to break the world record, he announced, so I began. Geronimo Stilton and the world record for stuffing your face. 1. 1 plate of spaghetti. Munch. 10. 10 plates of spaghetti. Munch, munch. 20. 20 plates of spaghetti. Munch, munch, munch. 30. 30 plates of spaghetti. Munch, 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 munch. 40 plates of spaghetti. Munch, 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 munch. 50 plates of spaghetti. Munch, 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 munch. 60 plates of spaghetti. Glub. 70 plates of spaghetti. Ack. 80 plates of spaghetti. 90 plates of spaghetti. Help! 101 plates of spaghetti. New world record for stuffing your face. Enough. Who made him do this? Beats me. Look at him. A furry beached whale. By some miracle, I managed to beat the world record for stuffing your face. I would have patted myself on the back, but I was so stuffed I couldn't reach my back anymore. I rolled all the way home. When I got home, I made myself a humongous cup of chamomile tea. I felt like a furry beached whale. After my tea, I crawled into bed. I fell into a deep sleep. Chamomile tea. Okay. But at exactly midnight, a strange sound woke me. La la dee da, la la dee da. Zzz. I sat up and grumbled. Who was singing outside my open window? Didn't they know what time it was? I was about to tell the mad singer to get lost when I noticed 2 enormous gold eyes in the dark sky. Then I smelled the scent of roses. Cheese niblets! It was the dragon of the rainbow. Do you know the dragon? I met him on my last adventure through the kingdom of fantasy. Greetings, Sir Geronimo! I have brought a message from Blossom, the queen of what? The fairies, the dragon of the rainbow sang. Then he presented me with an official-looking scroll. I have to admit, I was so excited my eyes nearly popped out of my fur. It's not every day a mouse hears from the queen of the fairies. The scroll was written in Fantasian, the language of the kingdom of fantasy. I quickly translated it. It seemed like the queen needed me. I must leave at once, I squeaked, changing out of my pajamas and fluffy slippers. I hoped I sounded brave. After all, everyone in the kingdom of fantasy thought I was a fearless knight. can you translate the message from the Queen of the Fairies? So, if you want to do that, then you can pause the video over here and try reading. Here's the Fantasian alphabet. So, this is the alphabet. Pause the video if you want to see what it says. I think it says I need help. Wait, let me see something. Yeah, I think it says I need help. So you can pause the video and try seeing what it is written, what's written on it. But yeah, if you don't want to, you don't need to. To the rainbow. I started to climb onto the dragon's back. Then I stopped. I had to go to the bathroom. How embarrassing. How humiliating. After I returned from the bathroom and was safely settled on the dragon's back, he took off his golden wings, lifted us into the sky. My whiskers trembled. Part of me was super excited. I couldn't wait to return to the kingdom of fantasy. The other part of me was terrified. Did I mention I'm terribly afraid of heights? I wondered if the dragon had ever thought of installing a seatbelt. But I didn't think it would be polite to ask, so I took a deep breath and tried to relax. I had to admit, the dragon was an expert flyer. He glided through the night sky easily, gently flapping his wings, and his body was as soft as a pillow. In the kingdom of fantasy. After a while, I started to feel sleepy. Then the dragon of the rainbow began to sing. Rest your head, O gentle knight, soon the day will bring its light. But for now the stars will shine, and everything will be just fine. I know it's hard to believe I could fall asleep on the back of a flying dragon, but I did. I woke up at dawn to the sound of my own snoring. How embarrassing. The sun was just beginning to rise in the sky. Cautiously, I looked down. What an amazing sight. We had reached the kingdom of fantasy. It was a scary kingdom of the witches. Or Cackle, the queen of darkness, reigns there, and then there was the kingdom of the mermaids, where many dolphins and sea serpents lived. The gloomy kingdom of the dragons is a dry stretch of volcanic rock inhabited by fire-breathing dragons. I had also been to the funny kingdom of the pixies, where you can have fun with 1,000 riddles. From the kingdom of the gnomes, nature is always protected, and the freezing kingdom of the giants is the home of the last of the giants. Giant, gnome, mermaid, witch, pixie, and dragon. Finally, I spotted the colorful kingdom of the fairies. The air smelled like roses. It was the most amazing smell in the world. There were lots of cool places in the kingdom of the fairies. We passed over the fountain of youth, the valley of the blue unicorns, the house of the sun and the moon, the house that sings, and the fairy godmother's tower. Fairy, fountain of youth, valley of the blue unicorns, house of the sun and the moon, and here's house that sings, and fairy godmother's tower. Kingdom of the fairies. Here's the kingdom of the fairies map. So, 1 remembers the rose of 1,000 petals. 5, pink forest. Okay, we're gonna stop here. I really hope you guys are on my next video on Geronimo Stilton and the Kingdom of Fantasy. Because yes, I'm really excited with you. And remember, always subscribe and like, and then you'll get notifications. Please, it would make me very happy. Goodbye.